Leslie Montz is being celebrated by her family and her community, and it's for good reason. She has reached a milestone, and she has reached this milestone in grand style. Leslie turns 100 years old today.
Amazing is too little a word to describe it. No, and let me tell you, it's not many people who have daughters like my Barbara.
Daughter Barbara planned this surprise drive-by party for her mom.
Oh, that's marvelous.
With all the people that came in the drive-by parade, it was just incredible. And the community does this for everyone, which is the nice part of living here. I mean, if you have a problem, we help solve it. If you have a celebration, we help celebrate it. No matter how we celebrate, there is love.
And celebrating is easy to do since Leslie is such a beloved member of the community.
She was the best mom because she's my best friend. Oh boy. And I've been lucky to have her this long. And she was an incredible role model because she was the kind of person who did and was an example. And therefore, I could emulate what she did.
Son Andrew agrees.
She's not only charming, witty, just fun to be around, but recalls so many good times, stories, and still finds a way to tell me how to do things.
Just so much fun to be around. And I hope that I have nearly that much in another 5 years, although I won't reach 100. But, she's just wonderful to work with and remembers everything. I borrowed a book and she didn't let me forget. But she's just so much fun.
During football season, we would love to talk about Penn State football because she is such a fan.
I know.
And I'm a UCLA football fan, so we would compare notes on our teams, and sometimes the game would be on if I came in the evening.
When it comes to local politics, Leslie is always front and center, making her voice heard.
It's so good to see you. It's so good to see you. Well, it's very nice to be here, I'll tell you.
When she comes in, everyone knows that we're going to have a great show, and everyone's going to be at attention listening to Leslie. So she's amazing, and we've had a lot of different events with her.
Right, so she's just been a member of the community for so many years, and we've had the great pleasure to get to know her, and we admire her spunk, and we just hope that when we get to age 100, we're as sharp and with it as Leslie is. So we just are so pleased to be here to celebrate her big day.
Looking back, Leslie has lived through the Great Depression, where her mom made corsets and she baked cakes and sold them to the neighbors. Then, as a teenager, she became a model.
So I modeled for a Pond's whole cream ad. And I made $5 an hour. And believe me, in those days, let's see, that would have been the summer of 1936. And in those days, $5 an hour was a fortune, I'll tell you. I made more than my father did on that job.
She not only graduated from Penn State, but years later returned to work there as well. In between, she met and married husband Bob, who served in World War II. And she was always working or involved in the community where she lived.
What I enjoyed most, in addition to my husband and children and family activities, was the 6.5 years I spent on the Abington Township, Pennsylvania Board of Commissioners. That's like a city council here in California.
Leslie made history here, being the first woman in its 200-year history to be elected.
I'm a joiner, that's all. And I moved here from State College, Pennsylvania, the home of the Pennsylvania State University and the Penn State football team. That's where we retired, my husband and I.
After her husband passed, Leslie came to Fountain Valley to live with Barbara. She immediately joined the Women's Club, the Historical Society, and became involved in city politics, among other things. This was 18 years ago.
Happy birthday, dear Leslie. Happy birthday to you.
She has 2 children, 3 grandchildren, and 3 great-grandchildren, 2 of which treated her to a skit with a look back at her life.
Give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in.
Now for our third stop in 1939. You were 18, but you had already been in college for 2 years.
We hope to be celebrating with Leslie in another 5 years. Leslie's father lived till he was 105, so the genes are there. For your PCTA, I'm Jacqueline Twegg.